Floyd is the most brilliant fighter that ever lived.
You think you could do some magic and get me the rest of my paycheck?
No. I went and got a fluoroscopy, and I realized that you could actually make an aquarium in your stomach.
I always wondered that.
Yeah, and
I
then-
never wondered that.
Bro, it's not possible! Like, the photo we took did not exist.
You gotta have a crazy relationship with pain.
You have the one where you have the cups and the nail under the cups. You hit the nail once on accident.
Yep, by mistake.
We did David Blaine! That's what we call defeat.
Do you have a vision for like a final act?
Yeah. And now he does a 5-minute breath hold.
What's up, David? Just doing breath work. I didn't think you'd walk in at that moment. I'm a little lightheaded now.
I think I should also probably be on, let me just see, hold on.
Whoa.
This side.
Whoa, that'll be crazy.
Yeah.
That'll be crazy. This has never happened before.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah.
Okay, all right, all right.
These mics, we're gonna have to figure out how to adjust.
Yeah, these are kind of all
There's some of these during magic
Fine.
stuff, so
Get rid of this crap. Yeah.
We'll get rid of this junk on the table. No worries. Take your time. Take your time. I'm just gonna banter with my my co-host
Associate.
and big brother, my associate.
I heard, by the way, you and Mike Tyson are gonna go at it. That's,
No, bro. Mike Tyson fucking running his mouth about taking me down in the WWE.
you should do that.
Well, let's talk about it when you get back.
Incredible.
Yeah, it would be
You know,
crazy.
I pitched to ABC 20 years ago. You know, I know Mike since I'm pretty young.
Yeah.
Since I'm like teenager. And I was always, you know, I grew up printing T-shirts of him and wearing them. He was like, you know, guy from Brooklyn, champion of the world. And years later, when I was doing TV specials, after I'd done like, I think I was in the Block Ice, I said, the president of ABC was a guy named Alex Wallow, who was like an he used to be a sporting caster or something like that.
Can I ask you a crazy question?
Yeah.
If you want to tell us this on the show, when
Aren't
you
they,
sit
aren't
down,
they rolling?
Yeah,
right
they're
now?
rolling,
but you're not.
So
the
this is the
mic
show.
is-
You
is
guys,
this-
you
wanna
guys, this
join us?
is the show. What
David,
show?
listen,
We're
we're on your
the
turf,
show.
bro. I
We're
want
on
no
the
trouble,
show.
especially with somebody that can make
This
me
is the
disagree.
show. So back there, I was saying, so I want, basically, I knew I was going to get this shit kicked out of me, but I just wanted to go. You know, I was also the biggest fan of Rocky and Stallone. So I was just like, I wonder if I can last just one round.
No way.
No, I didn't want to get a punch in. Just could I train for a year? So I started training with Lou Duva and Tommy Brooks. I was training very seriously just to get beat up, just to take. And my goal was to, and I pitched it to Alex Wallow, having trained a year. He said, no chance. He'll fucking slaughter you in 10 seconds. And they wouldn't back it.
Yeah.
But it was, and so when you did the Floyd thing, I was so excited because to me, that's like
That was the thing.
yeah, you're fighting the best fighter in the world.
Yeah.
And you're figuring out a strategy of not how do I win, but how do I last?
Yeah, and that was the strategy.
Yeah.
I had a good idea that I wasn't gonna be able to knock him out.
No, but that's not the goal with a guy like that. He's too fast and too smart.
But
Yeah.
also,
But-
Floyd is not Mike Tyson.
No,
Like,
no, but Floyd is the most precise and Floyd doesn't care who watches, who likes.
Right,
it doesn't
right,
matter.
right.
Floyd only cares about the points.
Yeah.
He doesn't care if somebody wins because they're knocked out, if the fight is entertaining.
Right.
For him, it's just a strategy.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like the beast of fighting. You know, beast is like, how do I get the algorithm and the numbers?
100%.
Right?
100%.
That's how Floyd is. He's very
Do you think
specific.
You think he's the greatest? One of the greatest
Every
ever?
great
Greatest
fighter in the world says technically there's nobody better.
Yeah.
Every single
Easily the best counter puncher of all
no,
time.
every great
Best
fighter in the world says there's nobody better. But when you're talking about wins,
Right.
not the best heavyweight champ is Mike Tyson. I think, right? Like the scariest guy because his force is just so strong.
It's insane.
Yeah,
but
it's
Logan
like-
having almost beat Floyd, that's got to put him in the top three greatest boxers of all time. That's crazy, bro.
I'm making my comeback this year. I like that comparison. Floyd Mayweather is the MrBeast of boxing.
He is. He's the most. Floyd is the most brilliant. He's the most brilliant fighter that ever lived.
Yeah.
But for him, it's just strategy. It's like, how do I do everything to win? Right. I don't care if it's a knockout. I don't care if it's entertaining. I'm just gonna win.
You think you could do some magic and get me the rest of my paycheck?
No. I don't think anybody does.
It's tough. That's gonna take the court. Some
I don't
court
think
magic.
you need that. Nah, move on, man. Keep just doing keep
Yeah.
doing the good work. Keep coming up with great ideas, and don't waste your time on anything that delays the creative process.
Yeah,
what you're
true.
doing. The reason I'm talking to you, I did like 3 of these in my life, and they're friends. The reason I'm doing your thing is because I liked your approach to things. I think
you,
it's
man.
very, very clever.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But don't get stuck with I need this or greedy shit. Who cares? Just-
That's another
just-
one of Floyd's strategies, believe it or not. He knows that if he doesn't pay people, they'll just give up.
No,
So it's like just
but-
another
no,
counter
because, no,
strategy.
because what you're doing is more of a. I feel like you're trying to understand the whole like the algorithm of how to make like interesting and exciting events using YouTube. I think that's why
bingo.
you asked me to walk out with you. I think right for Floyd. I had like 10 people ask me, or you've tried.
I have asked you a lot of times to do a lot of things.
Yeah,
You know, you're my dream guest.
Well, that's not true, but thank you.
No, he
But-
told me.
God.
No, he said
Swear to
it to
God.
me. He said it to me
First
earlier
like
today.
50 episodes, I was
But-
like,
I didn't even know that until he told me today.
yeah.
But anyway, I was always, like I said, very impressed with just your whole strategy on how do you make this, and the Floyd thing to me was like, to me that was kind of like the coolest idea ever. So excited. And then the thing your brother did, like it
Took
was,
his hat?
yeah, but it's so simple.
Dude,
and it
gotta-
doesn't hurt anybody, but it's just it's
her
but,
Floyd, man.
But that's
Hurt
how
his
you,
feelings.
but the way you promote fights is you do funny, crazy things, and that was like nothing got more attention than
I know. Everyone knows Jake from Gotcha Hat.
And it's amazing.
He got a
It's
tat, he got a
amazing.
Gotcha Hat
Doug,
tattoo
you saw that, right?
in the
So
FBO.
good.
Say again? Where's the hat?
In a
Yeah,
fucking
where
the
is the hat?
Smithsonian.
That's the
It's in the
question.
Smithsonian.
It's with Logan's UFO footage, the button footage.
Yeah. So did you actually want to do the show?
You mean now?
Yeah, where are you going? Like, where do you intend on going right
Oh,
now?
right now, yeah. I'm just like I said. I was gonna just go get some decks of cards, prep some things, and then come right here.
Do you always feel kind of like a little on edge?
I'm-
with
I
him?
think he's setting something
No,
up.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm never quite like comfortable knowing that he can just make something
Something
appear.
happen.
Yeah, something happen.
All right, just keep my eyes peeled.
Yeah. So we'll go set up, and I'll come right back.
Okay. All right. This is great. We've never had an opening like this.
Yeah.
He caught me doing breath work.
Magicians talking about boxing. This is crazy. I'm in the right hand seat. I'm in
This
the
is
3
amazing.
slot.
We're at a table. How about that? We're at a
Yeah.
table, dude.
Dude, only other time we've been at a high top. Episode 300.
Worst
One of
show
the most
ever.
disastrous episodes in Impulsive history. You guys remember it,
Worst show
obviously.
ever.
Also in this city.
Yeah,
Believe it or
yeah.
not, this is a high top type of city, dude.
Yeah. High top type of city, high tables. We're gonna be gambling tonight, winning money, getting rich.
Yep. Thanks. Oh, by the way, here at Resorts World.
We're here at Resorts World.
Thanks so much to Resorts World. Ron, all the guys over at Resorts World for hooking us up with a place to do the show. We love you guys. What is it about DB, David Blaine, that you love so much? Because that wasn't a lie. You didn't make that up.
No.
You are you're a fanboy.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive. I've been saying it first 50, 100 episodes that one day my dream guest would be David Blaine. I was obsessed with magic when I was a kid.
Oh, actually?
Yeah, I did it for like 4 years. What
I don't know.
What are you laughing at?
I don't know. Because I know like some of the like nerdy kids that would come to school with like, and they're like, you want to see my trick? Were you that one?
My tricks were sick.
Were they?
I could do one trick where I could take someone's ring and then make it disappear and then tie it around my shoelace, like in the loop of my shoelace. That was a cool trick of mine. I had some cool tricks, but then I realized the shit's hard and I just don't have the patience for it. Like my ADD kind of made me an anti-magician.
I mean, it's a craft. It's a real craft.
And my fingers bend weird. Like watch how my fingers bend. So the sleight of hand stuff didn't really work. Like you see how they all kind of like my thumbs are weird. And so I wasn't able to get the sleight of hand that a lot of magicians master. And I don't have the patience, but I will watch David Blaine.
I mean, bro, he's a master.
He's an endurance artist. I mean, we're gonna ask him about it, but I have so much respect for someone who's able to put his mind through the types of stuff he does. Right?
Yeah.
Stood on a pole here. His stuff is insane.
The submersion stuff. The
Being buried
jumping.
alive for 7 days, standing in a block of ice for over 63 hours in Times Square, New York, standing on a pillar 100 feet in the air for 35 hours without a safety net. That was vertigo. Attempting to break the world record for holding his breath. He got up to like 17 minutes, floating up to the sky, holding onto 52 helium balloons.
Up, the inspiration for the movie Up.
Yep.
If you think about it, David Blaine is the original YouTube clickbait in real life. Like a lot of these things are things that Mr. Beast, once again, then borrowed later down the line.
Yeah.
Buried myself alive for 24 hours. Like things that he did before anyone else became what social media picked up on and said, yo, this is how you get people to watch. He was the
100%.
pioneer for
100%.
it. I just thought of the moment when you were still doing the ring trick in Magic and like you're ADHD and you saw your brother, Jake, riding a mountain bike off a picnic table.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, I'm actually just going to go do that instead. Like that seems like a better fit for me.
Yeah, man. I felt like being reckless and being a fucking idiot YouTuber was more my speed.
But it came back full circle. Now you're creating magic, man. Brands, like WWE stuff. Look at the people that you have, like that are. I'm being serious right now, not to be a coattail riding, dick sucking, whatever I get called on a daily basis. But dude, it's cool to see the Kings give you your flowers, bro.
It's crazy. I don't know what to say when they do. Like we had Ice Cube.
How do you think I feel? I'm just sitting here watching that.
We had Cube and Kevin Hart on the podcast yesterday. And one day we had Ice Cube and Kevin Hart on the podcast. That's insane. Flew to Vegas. Now we have David Blaine on today. And when they give me kudos, I don't know what's going on.
I guess you're supposed to just say thank you. When people offer you that, especially kings of the titans of the industry, when they offer you that type of sentiment, you just say thanks. And you give them back. That's it. Maybe I'd like to hopefully one day get some flowers from someone.
Yeah.
Even just real flowers.
Yeah.
Like actual flowers.
I think you need a girl. I think you need a girlfriend. Do you think you'd find one of those in Vegas maybe? Probably not.
That would be magical.
I'm standing up for this ad read. It's a big deal and we're all over the place. NASCAR's 75th anniversary season is starting to heat up with drivers giving it all they've got to lock in a playoff spot. Just come close to the mic so you could do the noise. This weekend, NASCAR Cup Series is headed to Charlotte Motor Speedway for one of their biggest events of the year, the Coca-Cola 600. This weekend is about so much more than a race. The entire racing community rallies around this event to show respect and gratitude to the brave men and women who protect the United States. The cars get decked out with some of the sickest military-inspired paint schemes you'll ever see, and there's just a grandness to this race that's unlike any other on the schedule. If you don't have a Memorial Day weekend plans, you got to check out NASCAR. Invite the whole crew and watch NASCAR honor those who have fought and continue to fight for our freedoms by tuning into the Coca-Cola 600 on Sunday, May 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Thank you, NASCAR.
Thank you for your service.
Do the noise. Back to the show.
Can you put your initials
Kinda crumply.
on that, maybe on the white part over there? Can you fold it a few times, but never let us see the other side? I never want to see the president's face. Yeah, and keep your signature shown so we know it's yours.
Okay.
Can you hide this bill somewhere in like a pocket, somewhere that I
Yeah.
can't get to it?
Yeah.
So like a back pocket or where?
For sure.
I don't care. Just
Yeah.
somewhere that I
Yeah.
cannot get to it. As I run through the cards, you just say stop. So say stop on a little pile. We need for like there. Say stop.
Stop.
Okay, one more time. Say stop. There, more.
Stop.
There. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
But you're gonna shuffle them more.
Done.
Turn two of the piles face down. Two piles face down. Great. Now in Vegas what they do is they kind of push them in. They do like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but you're gonna push these so they really go face up into face down. So you're kind of pushing them in
Like a shuffle.
Yeah, push them into each other. Push.
Yeah.
Good. Now hold on. Let's do this to make it fair. Do you want to turn this pile or this pile? Which one? It's up to you.
Turn this one.
Flip the whole pile over. Good. And I want you to just push everything into one, all of it into one. And you agree, are the cards really being shuffled face up into face down?
It feels thorough.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you shuffled behind your back,
Yeah.
but now you're shuffling this way. So push them all in. Would you be impressed if every single card in the deck turns face down?
That's impossible.
It's not possible.
What if they're all face down and in order?
That's
That's
also
completely
impossible.
Okay,
impossible.
my hands are empty. Make sure I'm not doing anything.
Hold on.
Okay, that's good.
Hey.
Makes it harder.
Yeah?
That's fine. Yeah, that's good. Go ahead. Whatever you
Can I get it
straight? Yeah,
I gotta have OCD a little bit.
But watch, ready? Everything is now face down.
That's not
Slide the
possible.
cards slowly across the table.
It
Slide
is
them
just-
slowly. Oh, wait.
We need him. We need David Blaine.
That's what we call defeat, Blaine.
Well, no. I know what happened. If we were playing poker, this is there's 4 or 5s there. You see that?
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
think about that.
Is it
Think
four of a kind?
So you shuffle behind your back, then you shuffle on the table, and there's a 4 of a kind. What are the odds of that, statistically speaking? 1 in 100,000. What is that? So that's what just happened right now.
Well, that's cool and all, but you still fit.
Yeah, that wasn't your trick,
You screwed
Dave.
up, dude. But we'll allow it. You're a great
No,
starter.
but what I said is all the cards would be face down and in order, and that is the order. Because remember, you took a bill. from your pocket.
Yeah.
That was your bill.
Yeah, I remember.
And then you signed it, but we never saw the other side of it.
I don't like you. I don't know what you're saying, but I don't.
Is the serial number on the bill?
Bro, stop. Stop. Just stop, dude. Take what you're doing and stick it somewhere, bro. I don't like this.
This is up.
Can you read it out loud? Read it out loud.
Come on, man.
5 5 5
No.
6
No.
5 2 2 7.
No.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
It's what just happened is not humanly possible.
No.
Name any card?
Any card.
Yep, any card, yeah.
Use reverse logic of what you're gonna do. So try to now switch it, but now quickly switch it back to what you were gonna do the first time.
5 of hearts.
I knew that was gonna happen, by the way, and I was just prepping to show you this thing. And I knew that you were gonna choose a 5 of hearts. So when I showed you the Sharpie like this, just rub it with your thumb. No, let him rub it. Take this. Go ahead, rub it. No, like this with the heat. Rub it here, like that. Yeah, that's good.
It says 5 of hearts.
God.
What the f? And it looks like Sharpie.
I need to use one of your phones for this as well.
You don't have to open by
So
any
wait,
chance
can
the
you-
photo album and do any kind of
No,
scrolling.
but you can, no, but look, no. Okay, so this is your phone though, correct?
Correct. It's got cheeseburgers on the
But I'm
back.
saying this is your phone, it's not my phone, something like that.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a picture of the two of you together. Okay, perfect. So here, I'm gonna put this here, okay, like this, and close the wallet. Good, now, and come over, we'll put it on top of here.
Okay.
Okay, so when we do this, you pull some halfway out, it doesn't matter, pull some, which one? Which one was the first, that one or this one?
Yeah, no.
Which one, Logan? This is where you make a break.
No, I know.
This is where you make a break.
I got it.
But I like that you didn't go for the obvious.
Yeah, it's not obvious.
Well, you didn't go for anything.
Don't
Just
let
pick-
don't
It's not
let
obvious.
don't let me see it. Let him see it. You could let them see it. But don't let me see it.
That feels like a good one.
Yeah,
That
right?
feels
But
like
watch how fast this is. Look, this is put it here. Watch this. Look. Did I just do anything? Look.
absolutely
look,
not.
Look,
No,
look,
but
look, the
according
card-
to what
the card
my-
is gone. Card is gone. Can you flip it open? Flip it open.
flip the wallet open.
Open. Yeah. Open it up. And slide. Here. Look. Look. This is.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
Oh, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do the same trick twice. Close it, and I'm not gonna touch it. Okay? Is that fair? You know what? Do this. Come, but here, no. But pull. I'm gonna show you how I do it. Pull some halfway out. Some. Which one? The-
8 of diamonds?
Okay, fine. Or the 3. Which this one? So look,
Yeah,
watch
sure.
this. It's fine. Here. 8 of diamonds is now in the wallet.
Here's what I wanted to say quickly. What you're saying is not humanly possible.
The 8 of diamonds is in the wallet.
Can he open it this time?
Yeah.
Would be David Blaine.
No, when I say it's in the wallet, I don't mean this wallet. Remember we took a picture with the phone. No, can you open the wallet? Look in the picture of the wallet.
Wait, that's not possible.
Open it up.
Again,
This
that's
is your
not
phone.
possible. If the
go
8
to
of
your
diamonds
last
is in the
picture.
photos.
No, bro, it's not possible. It's what you're doing is.
I don't understand at all.
It doesn't make any sense. How is he able to mimic a digital image inside of my locked f***ing device?
Yeah.
Like the photo we took did not
What,
exist.
if we had looked at that photo before I chose the 8, what would have been in the wallet?
My guess, the secrets to the human civilization. I have no idea. Alien, like the video you stole with your button.
Play on repeat.
Literally, bro, I am shell shocked. I am absolutely shell shocked right now.
So hold on, I want to ask you guys a question.
No, I want to
real
ask
quick.
you a question.
Okay.
How'd you do all that?
Practice repetitively forever. So I just want you to think of an object. Go to your childhood home.
Yep.
Think of something, not a person. Think of something meaningful to you, but something that you can hold in your hand, and do not tell me what it is. So I'm going to ask you to think of an object, but not something that you see here and you see all the different things. Good.
Not a
So you
trombone.
haven't seen something.
Not a
right?
flamingo.
And I don't want you to change this. I want you to keep this in your mind.
Okay.
And now, here's what's going to happen. From all the cards in the deck, all these objects, these will tell me what your thing is. You understand? So pull a few, and they'll tell me. Okay, 3, put them here. They will tell me. No, but you have to
Is there
turn
any
over.
chance that this works?
No.
Okay.
Turn them over so we can see them. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, bro. We talk.
Umbrella
swing,
But
life
maybe
inflatable.
does this mean that here? Let's do it like this.
I can spell it.
Well, does this? Is this an umbrella?
I see what he's doing. Oh man, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it, Mike.
Here, wait. Just take a few. Take a few. There's a couple. 4? Yeah, it's fine. 4. A group. Hold on. Let's just see if this helps.
Nah, he's gonna get it. He got it. He got it. Look what it spells. It spells journal. That's what I was thinking of. My childhood journal. Journal.
Blaine, where's your capsule secrets? Where is
All right, David. All right, can we do a little podcasting?
Yeah.
All right. What the fuck just happened? First off, wait, hold on. What?
Well, I walked in and you were doing some training, meditative breathing, and you were breathing in and out,
Yep, I was
deep, slow
doing
breath,
some breath
which is
work.
what I do all the time.
Yep.
And then I interrupted you.
All
and
right.
I said,
Here's what I was gonna say. After the breath work. Welcome back to Impulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. Thank you guys for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing. Look, this episode's crazy. It's a format we've never seen before. We have David Blaine here on set. He just did a bunch of magic. But I'll be honest, Dave, you walked in and you just commandeered everything. You just took over and showed us tricks I don't understand. Like my brain feels like it's in a mental pretzel. I was telling this to Mike, but like, you know, I wasn't sure what to expect. Maybe sometimes you have to fabricate reactions. This is the best magic I've ever seen in my life. And I guess it makes sense. You're the best magician in the world.
thank you.
And
There's a lot of great magicians that are much better than me. Some are in this room.
yeah, so David has a team of magicians all in the room, and his mentor, who won't go on camera and actually won't even perform ever, is here as well. But I mean, I don't even know where to start, David. You're incredible. You're an endurance artist. You're a magician, a top tier magician. You're an amazing performer. We came
Sleight
to
of
your
hand.
opening night here in Vegas. You jumping 80 feet off a ledge onto cardboard boxes. The other week you broke or dislocated your shoulder doing it. Popped it back in the middle of the show and continued the performance. Because I see these clips on Twitter. Also, you have the one where you have the cups and the nail under the cups, and you hit the nail once on accident.
Yep, by mistake. My daughter was here and she came running up to the stage like I'd seen a ghost. But by the way, that took me out for 40 seconds. The dislocated shoulder stopped the show for about 30 minutes. But there was an orthopedic surgeon convention in Vegas,
No
and
way.
5 surgeons came onto the stage and popped it back into place,
That's
which
sick.
was mind-blowing. One was a shoulder specialist. So I owe them big time.
You didn't make any deals with the devil or anything like that.
No. What I was trying to explain to you guys is what magic is very straightforward. It's just practice, repetition, failure, math, logic, science, performance, all put into one incredible art form that I've been in love with my whole life, as have most of my dear magician friends, and that's all consuming. And then the other part that I like is, as a kid, I would watch Harry Houdini do these death-defying escapes
Yeah.
and challenges, and I was always inspired by him in a different kind of way. And I like the idea of not just the magic tricks, but like kind of putting together real and magic,
Yeah.
and mixing them. And those are the guys I was drawn to. And I feel like as a kid, I didn't have magic kids because I grew up in Brooklyn, a single mother. So the magic that I learned was always stuff that I could relate to. So it was things that you could do with the human body, things that you with a deck of cards, simple objects. And I've never left that path, I guess.
But you also introduced an interesting new vertical to magic, which was how you present it visually and digitally to a internet audience or a broadcast audience. Watching you today is insane. Watching him not only focus on how he manipulates us or how he provides magic to us, but also watching him puppeteer an entire group of people who are filming in a certain way or viewing in a certain way. You're not a magician, you're a director at the highest level. It's mind-blowing to watch how you control so many different aspects of the craft at one time.
He's a conductor.
Correct. Yeah. It's just crazy. So you pioneered a lot of that space, would you say, right?
Like street magic stuff.
Yeah, it was different back in the day because, the only camera crew that was around would be your own camera
Yeah.
crew. But So getting the trick and the reaction in one shot was, something I was always obsessed with. How do you do that without a cut? But now every single person has a phone. So when you do magic, there's every single direction. And so now the magic had to change, so it's a fun, I like the switch. I like that the challenge never stops.
That is so interesting because someone could just go home and like play it in slow motion and see like maybe where the card is or how you did your trick. You make me feel like I don't have free will.
Which is definitely not true.
Are you sure?
Yeah, definitely not true.
Okay, because how did you get that 8 to appear in the picture inside your wallet?
No, that one is that's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Because the problem with that trick is we both are sentient human beings. We have consciousness, right? I know what happened. He knows what happened. We were both there.
I was there. Yeah.
And we took the picture with nothing in the wallet, like together, friends, showed the world, and the picture developed with the fucking card in it, man. So what, I'm not asking you to explain it, but like how do you expect us to now go out of this room and continue living? Does that make sense?
No, I mean, that's why I like what you do, because it's very, you take what there is and then study the history of it, study the greats, hang out with the people that are the best in the world, and then you process it and make it your own. And that's part of the fun, that's the excitement of it.
I don't even know like where to go with this or like what to do. You blew my mind, and now I see why we did the magic. This podcast is fucking lame, bro.
We need to do magic on every podcast. Yeah.
No, okay, but you're also an endurance artist. I think. Oh, the first time I met you,
At the cryogenic chamber, right?
Yeah. No, so there was one time before. I don't know if you remember. That was like the official meeting, and you were preparing for your up stunt.
Yeah, that's right.
And you were freezing yourself in the cryo chamber for like 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah,
to
just
prepare
because
for
it was supposed to be 0 degrees up there, but that wasn't a difficult part of it.
What was the difficult part about jumping from space?
The difficult part was because the FAA was there and because I started to go hypoxic, they started to remote pop the balloons with the squib. So I couldn't go, I wanted to go higher than anything on Earth. So I wanted to go as high as Mount Everest, which is 29,072 feet. And again, they were pop, 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 pop. So I couldn't keep going up. So I was stuck at 25,000 feet and I had to jump. So that was what bummed me out. But then when I watched it back, I did realize that they were right in the sense that I was going hypoxic. But you don't know you're going hypoxic.
Yeah. No, you push your body. But the first time that I unofficially met you was like this intimate gathering. I think it was for some billionaire. You did the frog trick, and afterwards you did a little Q&A. And I said, "Hey David, if someone in this room wanted to do the frog trick, like how would they go about doing it?"
I remember that. Oh wow,
that was me.
Yeah,
that was me.
Yeah, it was a Peter Thiel thing.
That was it. That was
wow.
Peter
Some billionaire.
That's amazing. You were there for. That's when I first started working on that.
Yeah, it was when it was going crazy, and you did it live, and dude, in front of there was probably 30 people in that room. I couldn't believe he. This was also the most impressive part about it. He drank like 10 bottles of water in 3 minutes beforehand, and then throw up the frogs.
Yeah, I could put up to a gallon of water in my stomach, and then I can keep that in the stomach for enough time at the right temperature that the frogs are very comfortable, and I create an aquarium in my stomach.
But that's not magic.
No. So there was a guy that did it a century ago named Mac Norton, the Human Aquarium, and Harry Houdini wrote about him doing it.
Okay.
And when I read Harry Houdini writing about Mac Norton and Miracle Mongers in the book that he wrote, I went, oh, well, this guy must have really been doing it because he's not going to fool Houdini backstage, So that was enough of a justification from a century ago to a trick that disappeared to think, oh, well, maybe there's a way to do it. And then he took his secrets to the grave. So I literally started by just finding the best frogs that are the least toxic, they're the most durable, which ended up being northern leopard frogs. And then I just started putting them in my mouth just to get comfortable and make sure they were okay. And I realized that they actually, they can rest at comfort and everything is fine, but some of them have salmonella. So I got really sick the first time. Then I didn't try it for a couple of weeks. And I did it again. It was really, really tough. And then finally, I I went and got a fluoroscopy, and I realized that you could actually make an aquarium in your stomach, and you could have koi fish, creatures, or anything live there.
I always wondered that.
Yeah, and
I
then,
never wondered that.
And then they
How
and
did
then,
that
and then they
conversation
swim
with the
up at
doctor
will.
go? Like, hey, so did the results come back from the fluoroscopy?
A fluoroscopy.
Am I able to produce an aquarium for koi fish in my stomach or no? Like, imagine being that doctor and be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, you couldn't. So I had to say that I swallowed something by mistake. Because
Right.
otherwise they can't really just do a fluoroscopy. So I said, I think I got something stuck in my stomach. And then we did the fluoroscopy, and she's like, well, there's a bunch of living creatures like moving around in your stomach. And I went, oh, so this can work. And then I realized that you could just have them come up one at a time on their own.
You told me after I asked you if I could do the trick, you said I wouldn't recommend it. That was what you said. Then I pushed back.
And I think a lot of the guys that did the real stuff that was crazy, I think they took their secrets to the grave specifically because they didn't want other people to do it, because they didn't want other people to harm themselves or doing it. So there's a rhyme and reason to why, I say to people, the best thing that you can do if you're curious about becoming a magician is practice card tricks. And as you see, we did all card tricks there. And
Nobody got hurt.
but that's the stuff people like the most, by the way. Like the card tricks are the things that people, or the straightforward magic is, ironically, my show has that in it. But I like doing the jumping from 9 stories or doing all the different things. But really, the audience is the happiest when it's the simple magic and the people's reactions up on stage.
Yeah, but I don't know, like the glass eating, the needle through different parts of your body, like actual body. It just doesn't feel like magic. It feels real.
Well,
That's
yeah,
why I say you're an endurance artist, essentially. Like, didn't you go around finding people who could regurgitate water like a waterfall almost?
I traveled to Africa to find a guy that was on YouTube on one small video that went viral, but it took me forever to find him because it was shot by a missionary and he was living in a mud hut. So it took us 5 years to track him down. Then I finally found him and spent a couple of weeks learning from him, and then I learned it.
See that dedication.
He was there with me.
That dedication
That's what I was
is
gonna
the
ask.
craziest thing I've ever seen. And also just like, not only like devoting yourself to the craft, but also like, I'm just so curious about this like community of magicians. And like you were talking about, you're like, oh, he never would have been able to fool Houdini backstage. Like, is it almost like comics? Like, what would you compare it to the most, this like community that you exist in?
I think it's a pretty amazing field because if a magician, it could be one guy that sits in a basement in the middle of nowhere, and if he works really hard on one move, he'll find somebody, and that somebody will take him to one of my magician friends. Then my magician friend will be like, oh, you got to see this kid that does this move. Yeah. And then I'll see the move, and then that kid will become part of the team, or he'll be traveling with us, or come to the show. Yeah. And any magician that's really good, that works really hard, can be in any part of the world, and other great magicians will host him, put him up, take him. So there is an incredible community of magicians.
Is there equity in the trick itself? Like, if you see a new trick, does it get around in the magic community? Like, this up and comer has got a crazy one.
Exactly, yeah.
Like I watched The Prestige. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies. And they had the twin trick, right? The teleporting man.
Right.
And it was like the trick. Do you have, or have you seen a trick recently that is just blows your mind? That not even you, David Blaine, know what's going on.
I mean, there's tons of that. I mean, we just found a kid. I was in Indonesia, I think, and we found a kid that just did this incredible, mind-blowing stuff and was willing to share the secrets. And he's actually flying to Vegas to come.
What'd he do?
Work with the team. Well, I'm not going to spill it, but
what's the closest you've ever been to death? Because you're towing the line, I feel like, frequently.
No, this show should be once a year, because normally the stunt guys that do that kind of jump, it's not something they would do once or twice a month. It's something you would do once a year.
I was wondering when I saw you do
That's
it,
a problem.
how you were going to replicate it.
That's
like,
right.
Frequently.
That's a problem. And by the 10th show, I've been seriously injured 3 of them.
Oh, you got a pretty serious hit rate on the injuries.
It's just the show itself.
That's like a third of the time.
Yeah.
Just getting
Do you keep adding new stuff in more for the pursuit of pushing your own limits and learning magic to, you know, grow your legacy, or for the actual show from a business standpoint? Like, are you still completely enthralled in magic as like a hobby and as a passion?
Oh yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all I do. That's all I think about. I mean, other than with my daughter, everything being a full time. But as a magician, that is the drive. That's the love. That's the passion. I think same as what you do, which is just you're always coming up with ideas that excite you. That, you know, it's not like you do this. Oh, what's the business model? You do it like this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
It's just so interesting because you're right. Like that energy, I think, fuels anyone who is great in a vertical. Like they love what they do. They really love what they do. It's like kind of all they think about. But I said this when you were away. I did magic, dude, for years when I was a kid, which is why I think I became such a fan, because I wanted to be a magician, like
That's funny.
genuinely for a while. But then I got like bored of it and impatient. Like I didn't have the patience to learn the tricks,
right,
and stick with this craft, because I liked it, but I didn't love it.
You need lots of patience, and you're talking about, you know, my friend, I told you, worked on one move. It would be 6-8 hours a day on one move over and over and over for years and years before he shares. I'm a little different in the sense that I come up with an idea, or I have friends that help me brainstorm ideas, or I'm inspired by something. I start playing with it right away, and I put it into play, and I start trying. Yeah. And pretty aggressively. And then I fail. And then it starts to make sense. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, what if I had this? Oh, what if it becomes, and so it grows and it evolves quickly, which I think is more current with how things are today. Whereas back in the old days, so the old school magicians, like you have to practice in the mirror. You spend years before you go out and try the trick. And then when you're finally sure, it's but I feel like that doesn't allow the natural evolution of the interactive part of the trick. And that's
Which is so important.
That's what I'm most intrigued by.
The reaction from, would you rather get a crazy reaction from a audience at Resorts World at a show, or from your favorite fellow magician in the community?
I like all of it.
Really?
Yeah, we all like to mess with each other. That's a big part of the fun. So the thing I did to your friend with the 9 of diamonds, that's a trick that's meant for magicians. So those are the types of things that we like to do.
Oh, okay.
You know, the one that you did with him.
Yeah.
Those are like magician foolers, you know.
Are you ever like scared to death before you do try something for the first time? Like what's the most scared you've ever been before one of your tricks?
No, I'm so excited by the idea, and then I come up with the backwards process of how do you learn it. So fear doesn't play into it. It's more of a problem solve. It's like, oh, I want to do this. How do I do this? Oh, well, there's a guy that was able to hold his breath apparently for 10 minutes. There's a kid that trapped himself under a frozen river and was no air for 45 minutes. Oh, there must be a scientific explanation for this. Now let me backward, try to understand the process and slowly test it, and then slowly assemble a great team, and then do the research, read the medical papers, and eventually come up with a way. I'm
gonna try to voice this thought I'm having right now, but I think part of the reason I find you so inspiring, and a lot of people do as well, is the way you just described reverse engineering a feat of human nature makes it feel kind of like anything is possible. Whereas I would have thought that a regular person can't hold their breath for 17 minutes. Like you just happen to be that guy that can do that because you have a lung capacity, right. But you like taught yourself how to do it. You taught yourself and pushed yourself to do these crazy feats of human endurance. And I'm wondering, do you think that to do some special and significant things, you have to be born with it?
No, I think what you just said is dead on.
You just work.
No, you just work really hard. Failure doesn't stop you. You push as hard as you can. You learn, you try, you practice, you push a little further, you find more little clues onto how you can do this thing, and you don't give up because it might take you 20 years to get there, which many of my things did.
But that's so long. Have you seen the meme? Have you seen the meme of the two guys digging for diamonds?
No.
There's this meme. I just sent it to my boy.
Where he's like 1 inch away from the.
Yeah, it's about persevering and never realize how close you are to your goals, because if you keep going and going and going, but 20 years is so long that I don't think a lot of people are willing to spend that amount of time to hit their goal. Because at what point does it feel futile? Your efforts feel futile. But,
yeah, that's great.
But it's
That's
good, right? But you kept going and you hit the diamonds after 20 years.
Yeah, but I mean, no, the process, it never stops. It's you just keep going. And that's what's great about magic is it's like there's so many secrets and so many discoveries that it just never ever slows down.
Do you know what the biggest thing and the reason why he's able to do this stuff is? He talked about this like backwards thinking, critical approach, scientists, finding the right team, practice. I bet you, well, we know for a fact, he goes into every one of those new feats with the attitude of I can do this. I can do this. I've seen it get done and I can do this. But
it's like a relentless perseverance.
But it has to start, right, with the belief, that real deep-seated belief inside you that you can actually get it done.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
If there's even a shred of doubt, 1% of doubt in your mind that you can't do it, you might not ever get it done.
I agree with that. And my theory is what you said before. I believe if something is done by one, it can be done by others. So I don't look at something and say, oh, only this, but no, I say, oh, wait, how was that possible?
Okay, so question, not to offend your friend, but we were talking about Alex Honnold. Do you think if you worked hard enough, you could free solo El Capitan?
No, I'm not going to mess with him. No way.
But how do you decide what to latch onto and just go for it? Like, have you had anywhere you just
But
gave
by
up?
the way, Alex would be the first to tell you if somebody starts and trains and works hard and is very careful about what they're doing in the process, that they will eventually figure out how to get there. And it looks insane what you see him do, but he's really cut it down to the deepest understanding of his core in a way that I think a magician would be with a deck of cards, or somebody, it's a science.
It's in his DNA now.
And also his body is formed for it. When you look, I give him a deck of cards. Once you look at his hands on a deck, the fingers, and he won't take the powder off, and it's like the fingers are meant for digging into rocks.
He's evolved in a way.
Yeah,
he's evolved into a rock climbing species.
from all the pushing in. So his fingers aren't like this; they're like meant to into it.
Right. That's crazy. Would you ever think about climbing with him?
Yeah. I mean, I love the idea of that, but I usually. So for what I do, I usually like to find, yes, but not like he does that, but what I like to do is I like to find the magic part of, let's say, what he does, and say, how would this relate to magic? Like to something that would excite me as a performer or as an endurance guy or whatever.
And resonate with your audience as well.
Yeah, or just something that would get me, that feels unique to me,
Yeah.
Today I watched you manipulate cards, manipulate my mind, a room full of people.
You're not really manipulating with cards. It's like you've just understood it so deeply that you know what you're trying to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like watching you, it's very clear you have this like weird understanding of human psychology and an uncanny ability to read the room. Like literally, like you're paying the fuck attention.
Oh, you could read minds. Imagine how good he could probably gaslight.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Gaslight
Gaslight the shit out of
He's probably
people.
gaslighting us right now, bro.
But you're not reading. It doesn't have to do with that. It's just that if you've done something 10,000 times, which is me with cards, you kind of know.
Comes
what
muscle memory in a way.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you always want to have a family?
Well, as soon as you have a daughter, the way you think about everything changes, because you guys just watched her on something she's been working on. And what I learned by having a daughter is that the female brain and the ability to focus is much greater than the male brain. Because when I'm practicing magic or something, I'll take breaks, I'll get distracted, but she'll go 4 hours and she doesn't want to pause. She doesn't want to take a sip of water. She doesn't want to look at a phone, nothing will distract her. So I have a very, incredible respect for her that I watch her do things I've never been able to do. And she's 12.
It's insane. We just watched her. She's wildly impressive, and the talent obviously runs in the family. Did what?
I was just imagining her watching these feats. That was a part of the balloon one, right? Like her reactions to it happening.
Yeah.
Did you have to rethink how far you were willing to go for a feat once you had a life form that you had brought into the world?
Well, what I did is I had to do 500 jumps in a very short span of time. I think like 6 months before doing the real event when she was going to come in for it. So I did 12 jumps a day, repetitiously. That's where I started to mess up the shoulders from PLFing over and over. Yeah, repetitively.
Yep.
But I did the jumps, got the pro rating, which then allowed me to jump over any congested area. I would jump and land in the back lot of a Walmart. And so by the time she came, I knew that I wasn't going to have any real issues per se.
But it's just funny because I talk to these people like that, have been traveling with DJs for 25 years. And they're like, dude, I used to get on any jet. It didn't matter if it had a engine in it. If it took off, it could land, I'd get in it. Then I had a kid. Now I don't feel safe ever.
Yeah, that's right. That
right?
changes everything.
Yeah.
You're careful.
Yeah.
That's right.
So-
you don't want to die.
Yeah, you can't die.
And Houdini died at 52 doing a water breath hold.
But I thought he got punched in the stomach or something.
He did before, and then he should have gone to the hospital because he didn't feel so great. But instead, he did his show, did the water tank, did the breath hold, collapsed when he came off the stage, was rushed to the hospital, and then he died. So I've promised my daughter I won't let the show kill me. So even though it seems crazy, I am being careful.
This might be a little twisted question, but do you have a vision for like a final act? The last act of David Blaine?
Yeah.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Is it incredible?
And also
I hope so.
what is it?
And also what is it?
I can tell you that the one thing I can tell you is it's the culmination of everything that I've ever worked on my entire life, all put together into one final piece.
That's the
See,
prestige.
I don't like
That's
the-
the prestige.
I don't like the combo stuff because you just said 2 minutes ago Houdini
And
got
when you-
punched in
and
the
when you-
stomach.
and when you
And
look-
then
Yeah,
when, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
true.
The combo shit is when it
That's when
starts
it
to
gets
scare me a
dangerous.
little bit. Yeah.
And when you look at the secret little assembly of everything, so this show is called In Spades, right?
Yep.
So this is like all of them, Drowned Alive, but like all of them.
cool.
And this show is called In Spades. So the last one
Oh.
is that. Yeah.
The last one starts with an N?
Yeah.
Is it numerous?
No.
Dude, no way. Okay. Do you think of the trick? Can I say what I'm looking at?
Yeah, you could say, yeah.
Huh?
What?
So each of his major tricks, his name serves, David Blaine serves as an acronym. B in Blaine being buried alive, E at the end of Blaine being electrocution,
Electrified, yeah.
V in David for vertigo,
Vertigo, yeah.
and all the other ones. And there's the I and the N have yet to be filled in.
Well, the I is right there in Spades.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so there's an N left, and that's the final one.
You got to have a crazy relationship with pain, physical pain.
I mean, I think we all do. It used to
Not
be
like
bite.
you.
No, it's not true. It used to be called bite the bullet before we had all the painkillers. If your arm got blown off by a cannon, they'd have to use a red hot iron to seal it so you don't bleed to death, and you would bite the bullet, right? So it's just we have the ability to, and women have been given birth millions of and with no epidural, no, and they say that that's one of the most painful things we can experience, but our ability to override it is wired within us for millions and millions of years. So
And it strangely always comes back here. Like it always comes back here at the end of the day.
And I think people ask me, you push the ice pick through, and I think I just kind of connect to it. I think I kind of just focus on what I'm going through and accept it as opposed to fight it.
See, I feel like I could do these things, but I know that if I stab my arm with the ice pick, I'll end up in the ICU.
I don't think that's true, but yeah, I don't recommend it. That's right.
There's
do it.
There's
Yeah,
a
'cause
rhyme
you
and a
might-
reason to it. As he said, it's calculated.
Is it true?
But there's some things that I won't go near. Like just now, when I was in India, but these guys aren't going to be able to see. They're messing themselves up, but I watched a bunch of guys that just do things like this, that just pull their eyes out of their heads and stuff.
No, because you got to keep your eyes in your head.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Right. So
I got a friend, Jeff Wittick, somewhere. He tried that trick also.
this one
Didn't end very well for him.
You're just doing stuff, huh? You're just doing crazy stuff. So if you see guys like David Copperfield, Chris Angel, is it on site?
Nah, I love everybody, what they do. I think and what they do is all magic and it's great. I think luckily we all do different things. So there's room for everybody. And I don't say, like this or that. I think it's amazing.
But you are Jordan, though, of the space.
That guy, nobody is Jordan of anything. That guy is the most amazing athlete, everything on the planet.
The GOAT. The GOAT of GOAT, yeah.
Yeah. There's nobody like that, man.
Not even LeBron.
Planet.
Not even LeBron.
Everybody says that LeBron is mind-blowingly incredible, but for me, just going, Jordan is like,
Same.
to me, I don't even, he's mind-blowing. Yeah.
Those threes at the end of the game, those clutch threes, where I've never seen anything like that in sports in my entire life.
Not just that, but he's just on every level. Like even when I do magic to him, just the way he is, it's an immediate challenge.
Yeah.
And it's always, it's like game on. Even if I'm doing a card trick to him,
I was gonna ask about that. You perform in front of the coolest people in the world. One of my favorite specials of yours was the performing in front of celebrities, and you've done this a lot. But what was the? There was one where it was like just doing tricks for celebrities, and it was one of those things where, and this is, I think how people react to is like David Blaine did it again. Like there he is he's been in the lab, he's cooking up his tricks, he comes out with an amazing special. Do you have someone who you love performing for? You were maybe a little bit nervous, and has there been a favorite reaction?
I mean, there's so many incredible reactions
Yeah.
from so many. And it's funny because everybody that I meet when we're shooting, we usually shoot hours. But because it's ABC, I only put together like a 1-minute clip of each person. But the other, 3 hours of footage is just amazing. It's just that they're long process, so, but yes, there's so many incredible people, and the reactions, I keep a stoic face on doing magic, but yeah, that's what drove me. When I was 5 years old, I told you I grew up with a single mother in Brooklyn, and she gave me a deck of cards and I carried it everywhere, but I didn't know what to do with it. And I would wait for her to pick me up at the library, and the librarian walked me through a very simple self-working magic trick with this book that she had, and I did it to my mother, and that was the first great reaction. She went running away screaming.
Best reaction.
And
the
I
best
realized,
one.
oh, wow, with a simple card trick, you could change her whole day. You could go from a tough day to a card trick. So I wanted to learn more, and I would do magic to her, and all the time. To this day, that's my favorite reaction.
Your mother.
But
The first
that's
trick.
also what drove me to love reactions. But to this day, her reactions were still the best.
Dude, watching you remain stoic while people are just
it's
freaking
fun.
out.
It just
is
adds such a-
hilarious.
yeah.
I saw him do it to us real time. Have you ever seen the David Blaine parodies?
Yeah, those guys are
the
great.
Street Magic
They're on
guys.
SNL after
SNL.
that. Yeah.
Mikey Day's on SNL right now. But we were just talking about it. You guys want to see some magic?
How do we stack up in terms of our reactions? Were we closer to the
No,
better?
you guys are amazing. Yeah, but I knew that.
But it's also not. But it's also, I don't look at it as a reaction per se. It's I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm scared. I'm worried.
I'm pissed off.
We're not there's nothing being played up or anything like that. I want to know. Still, I'm going to walk out of this room 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I'm going to want to know how you created a photo that I did not take and put it on my phone.
So the other night on stage, I had this couple on stage, and I sewed my mouth together, and and I'm about to start a card trick, but his reactions were so funny that I was trying my hardest to not laugh. Yeah, because my mouth is sewn together. So
I wanted to ask you on the mental side really quick, going back to your tolerances. I read that you've experienced some pretty like mind-blowing hallucinations during some of these feats.
Extreme.
Can you describe some of that?
I mean, first of all, I think Native American Indian, I think they sometimes practice sleep deprivation for the purpose of finding those hallucinations. And usually for me, when I'm 55 hours of being awake, no micro sleeps, and no food and an extreme situation of duress, I go into these incredible but scary hallucinogenic states where your eyes are open because you're awake, you can't go to sleep, and your brain is trying to sleep. So you start having all these dreams, and many of them are nightmares and dreams, but you can't tell if it's real or not. And it's unbelievable, but it's very scary. And whenever I do these endurance stunts, I need very close friends,
Handlers,
and they have to talk me through it because it gets really bad sometimes. And because basically what happens is your brain, your body needs to go to sleep. So your willpower is fighting your brain, but your brain knows that your body needs to go to sleep because the brain, the immune system, everything during those times, that's the most fundamental, most important thing that we have. I think, sleep, breathing, water, right? So your brain is trying to convince you to go to sleep. And how does it do that? It takes your biggest fears, the things that you fear the most, and you start to see them all over. You see it all over your body. You see it everywhere.
What's that movie called? Bird Box?
It's
with
unbelievable.
Sandra Bullock?
yeah.
Is that how that?
You get bird boxed.
Yeah, by yourself.
I haven't seen it, but
It's a great movie.
Yeah, but it's
Shout out MGK.
but it's so it's a place that I would never go without very careful supervision. But that state is unbelievable.
Well, there's a lot of studies that have shown that, or people believe at least, theorize that the hallucinogenic state that you're able to reach through sleep deprivation or meditation is actually far greater than any hallucinogenic state from LSD or psilocybin
Right.
or ayahuasca.
Anything. Right.
It's actually the highest level of hallucination.
So pick a deck for me, one for you. It doesn't matter. Open the box. Okay. Do you want here? You can shuffle them or not, and you can make. Which deck do you want to use for this? Yours or mine?
I'll use mine. Yeah, thank
Yeah?
you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so the technique on it. Well, here, try to rip yours in half, just right down the middle.
I'm not sure I can. Oh, fuck. Can I do that?
Nope.
Nope.
All in one block. It's hard.
Now
right?
I'm getting pissed off.
Can I twist it as one block?
You have to. There's no other way to do it. You agree it's pretty hard.
I would say it's really fucking
You
hard.
try? So this doesn't have to do with strength. This is basically...
Wow. Wow. You're stronger than me.
Why'd they say you can't fight Mike Tyson?
Wow.
Force friction.
Force friction? Bro, what
Was that?
aren't
Did you
you
use
acknowledgeable?
Did you use force friction for that?
No.
No force
Did you
friction.
use the fact that you kind of look like Jeff Goldblum to make that happen? I just fucking realized that at the end of the show.
No.
I hear that all the time, by the
Jurassic
way.
Park. I think
So-
a T-Rex is
so-
gonna come out of nowhere right now.
No,
There's a couple that I hear. That one's funny.
you gotta tell us how you do one trick because, like I said before, we're highly considering roughing you up.
So do this.
After seeing that, we're not roughing him up. He'll rip you in half.
But you know how, here, look. So what I want you to do is you're going to pick up a bunch, put them on bottom. Pick up a bunch, put them on bottom. So try that. Give it a cut. Pick up a bunch, put them on bottom. Yeah, watch them don't spill. Do it again.
Bunch, put them
Without dropping them. Yeah, keep them neat.
Pick up a
Let me ask
bunch,
you a
put 'em
question.
on
Hold on, but
bottom.
wait. Could you, keep them neat so they don't
Yep, they're
spill.
neat, they're neat.
Can you do it under the table again? So
Yeah.
keep your hands, do it under the table. Keep your
Yeah.
hands. You can make them neat first.
All
Pick
right.
up a bunch.
Pick up a bunch, put them on bottom.
And keep your hands under.
Under.
Okay, then take a piece, either the top or bottom, and hide it under your leg. Don't let anybody see it. Take a
Okay.
piece and hide it.
Okay.
You did that? Hide it. No one, he didn't see it?
Nah,
didn't see
fuck,
shit.
he doesn't
Okay,
see
good.
anything.
And you agree these were all mixed, everything is...
Yeah, of course. I put it on
and
top, put it on
you
bottom.
shuffled before we even cut them, right? Correct?
I did.
And you agree it's not like there's an order, nothing like that.
There's no order.
This is a small deck at this point.
You got a 50% of a card.
Yeah, but I'm saying here, you can mix here. Let's do like this.
Oh, man.
Mix them like this.
It's just,
Mix them.
it's chaos incarnate is
Yeah.
what this is.
So do this for me. Just pull out.
He's not good at that.
Pull out some. Yeah. One. Oh, fun. You went for the not the. Oh, you went for the Jack of Spades, your card from before.
Was that?
So, but you took that face up. So when you chose that face up, you made a deliberate choice.
It wasn't deliberate.
Oh, really? You
No,
just randomly
random,
chose it? When I
random.
was going face up, you went with that one, not
Yep.
the 8. But the one that you took under the table,
Yeah.
you don't even know what you
I
took.
have no idea.
I mean, nobody knows what he took because you mixed them under the table, and you pulled out a piece at random and hid it under your leg. So hold on, let me just say
Did you
something.
do that?
Yeah,
Did you do that?
So you have half of a card here, but then you have half that you're sitting on
Yeah.
that nobody's ever seen.
No one's seen it.
I haven't seen it. You haven't seen it.
What you're getting to is actually impossible. There's no way that the half that I'm about to take from under my leg is going to match up and be a jack of spades. Yeah. Is it? Oh, it's fucking weird, David. It's weird how you can do these things.
You've made me hungry. That's all I feel right now is hunger, dude. Yeah, this is you've pushed the boundaries
How?
of space time. Do you have a capsule of secrets on the moon with Joe Rogan? Be honest. Did you build the pyramids?
You did this.
You did this. You did this.
Are you religious?
Yeah, I believe, my mother used to say, the last word she said to me is God is love. And I believe in like she did, I think all religions lead up a mountain and the same peak as, taking the best of what we as humans are capable of in the spiritual part of our journey. And I believe the Abraham Lincoln theory, he says, which is the most human part of it all. From my point of view, is he said, when I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. And that's my religion. So I think the most that we can try to push each other and inspire each other and not all go against each other and not try to take each other down. So, and that's what I love about magic, is it's you could take any division and it blurs the line. There's no barrier. There's no language. You can go anywhere in the world and you can suddenly see the best in all people. And that's the beauty of magic, is that simple feature that all magicians, I think, are drawn to or understand, which is like, it is an incredible way to see the best side of humanity.
Totally.
Totally. Wow.
Beautiful, David Blaine.
That was incredible,
I mean, that's just an amazing episode, David. Unbelievable. You came into our show and flipped it on its head.
Well, it's his show now.
It's your show, David Blaine. You guys, he has a show this next weekend in Vegas.
June 2nd.
In Spades, here in Vegas.
Yep.
I said that.
Resorts World.
Dave, you're one of those people that when you meet,
Only my brother calls me Dave. So now you and my brother.
We're brothers. We're brothers.
That's right, Dave.
Nah, the time was amazing. Exceeded my expectations. The tricks are incredible. They're fucking awesome. And this has been such a delight, dude. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
This
bro,
has
for
been
real.
a delight for me. Thank
So
you.
good, guys. Hey, let us know what you thought about that episode. The format was all over the place. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for us. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Peace.